Welcome everybody, here I'm the YouTuber here, and we are going to get set and talk about something. One more thing before I get to my main thing, and we want to go over the playoffs. We are going to do our division round. We were going to do the division round and do the Chiefs. And the Patriots, and then do the Bills and Ravens. But and then the NFC ones. But we are going to skip that round because I decided not to do it, and we'll just do the AFC championship game, which is the real life championship game, and then do the two Super Bowls. My version of the Super Bowl based off of the results from those championship games, and then the real life Super Bowl based off the results from the real life championship. So that's that, and first things first, we are going to go in here and get what we need to get for today's video in the community files. So we're going to go into here, we're going to select this, we're going to download, we're going to override. Going to go in here. We're going to go into this one right here. Yes. We're going to go back. Exhibition. Play now. Alright. And we are going to do the national championship game. Good thing these two teams were in there. Why does it say Ohio State Buckeyes? Anywho. Hold on. Why does it say Ohio State Buckeyes? Anywho. Yeah, with the Giants logo. I don't know why it says that, but anywho, we are going to select the stadium. It's coming from New Orleans, so that's what we're going to play it. Oops, there's the same stadium. It's going to be a night game, because it is at night. I'm just playing during the day just to predict how it's going to turn out. So I don't know why it says Ohio State Buckeyes. I didn't know the Buckeyes even had a team in here. I thought it was just. Anywho, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. If it corrects itself, it does. If it doesn't, we'll figure out what the problem is and get it corrected. So let's advance on. Ignore the NFL logos and such. that appears on the screens, and the commentary may be NFL related. And the play-by-play may be NFL related, so ignore that as well. It's not perfect, but at least it gets the job done.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and our home team. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz
like
Superdome
that.
with the call from New Orleans. Here are Renegade and Charles Davis.
Yeah, hopefully it's Clemson and okay, it's showing Ohio State, but with the Giants uniforms, we're gonna have to. It is not Ohio State that beat Clemson. I don't know how to get Ohio State on there, but I'm not looking for Ohio State. I do apologize for having to do this, but this is just weird. Oops, there's LSU. Let's try this again. There it is. Weird. Oh, we're down to where I selected it to be. How I forgot to select it, dang it. We'll get it right eventually.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014. As you get a look at Levi Stadium.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be in Levi Stadium, but whoa. We'll fix it. This should be the last one. I don't know why I said Ohio State the first time, but weird. And it had New York Giants' uniforms, like. It's weird. Alright, we're gonna fix this. Hopefully, yep, there you go. Alright, so now we gotta go to the stadium. Oops, there's Saints. Okay, there we go. Finally got it. Starting the last week of January the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st, we will have NHL hockey back.
With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the call from New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
So ignore those logos like I said earlier. There we go. There's LSU, or Clemson, so now there's LSU's, okay.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive.
Now this team actually won in the game I simulated in the semifinals, which was LSU Oklahoma, and since I was unable to do the Clemson Tigers, I was hoping that they would have won, and they did, so which is good. And I had LSU winning, even if so I would have had the right one no matter what, because I would have done it plus mine.
I think it's pretty obvious that that'll help them win.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short.
So we'll see what happens here.
Leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll bring it up here to right.
This is the last year's roster, though.
2nd and 1, and people want to run
the only quarterbacks who will be playing in it's Burley playing. He's the only one that's in this year's roster.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold
and then, of course, their quarterback.
And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the
referring
offense.
to Clemson's quarterback, which is forget his name.
Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hold on a second.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Just letting people know I'm live on YouTube.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw.
Nuts.
It's coming, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Excuse me.
Visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
We'll see what happens with Clemson their first possession.
This one's sent away.
And we'll see how Trevor Lawrence does.
He was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game.
Ignore it. The Clemson Tigers, not the Denver Broncos. Nice derp.
From him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership.
So this is in New Orleans where the actual national championship between these two teams is played. So
that's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage.
all right, we'll see what happens here. There's to look at the lineup for the offensive line for the Clemson, and there's the backs and receivers, and here's all your starting quarterback for Clemson, Trevor Lawrence.
And they operate as a terrific unit.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
So should be what the uniforms look like in real life. The only difference in mine and
yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3-and-out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
So the only thing it'll just have the one end zone will be Clemson, and the other would be LSU, and then I don't know, but midfield logo.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Instead of having the Saints logo and the Saints.
Now on 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the Indianapolis Colts. And earlier when Jacoby Brissett first came onto the field, we were talking about his season and how the Colts, it just hasn't gone their way this year. Remember, they were 5-2 at the halfway point, but then just one win in their next 6 games really doomed the season for Indianapolis. But they did have some injuries. Marlon Mack was injured. You had T.Y. Hilton in and out due to injury as well. And don't forget about the kicking woes. As good as Adam Vinatieri.
Alright, so the manager, this breaking news, just in the manager for the, GM for the Astros suspended for a year. The organization fined $5 million. They lost their first, second round picks in 2020 and 2021. And my reaction is we have a delayed game.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
And no players were disciplined in this as well, so that's breaking news coming in today. I'm just shocked. I mean, and there's no excuse for it. Ooh, he dropped it. That what the Astros did, but
they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last
but
play.
you know, that's my thoughts. It's shocking for one.
They'll set up a throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right?
So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to find out what happens.
Third down conversions to start this thing. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Not accepted.
Get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Well, one you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep
Max Taylor,
like that,
and 2.
Defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync,
the only stick and shake that I know of is in Midwest City. There may be one still in Edmond, but I don't know if there's any near where I am that I know of. And there is nowhere near me in the south, maybe the south side of the city, but
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd
but
and 5.
I don't know where the closest one would be.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational
and,
football
you know, that's
on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense, when you're able to diagnose a play right from the
LOL,
beginning.
Taylor, LOL.
Guys to the football and spill the play. That's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
So Max Danny, I think that's a penalty on me for running to the kicker or punter.
Flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points.
So
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Hey, no, the phone in the background. Dang it. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
We'll see if we can bounce back from that and give that touchdown to Clemson.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Some max day accepted.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is.
Oh, man, that guy was down. I think he was down.
Shot at the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it.
I had Chick-fil-A, no, I did not share either. Yeah, told you they were going to review it.
Humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Told you they were going to review it. And again, figures. Hold on 1 second. Yep, that gives the ball back to us. Let me pause this for a second. I gotta take care of something.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession.
All right, we're going to listen to the
get
gameplay
yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it
for
over,
just a little bit.
it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. They'll set up to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
They'll look to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Now a handoff looking right. Fighting him off. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Delay of game.
Dang, that's too bad.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still 3rd down.
I'll talk more after the game.
Game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd
Back to the commentary of the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it just shy of
Well, I
midfield,
take care of
but that's
something.
not enough. He's short of the marker. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offense again, CD, and if you look at the year, we talked about Drew Lock, a quarterback, but just the team collectively, it'll be the 4th straight season without playoffs in the Mile High City since they won Super Bowl 50 and Peyton Manning retired. This year, a slow start really doomed them. They began the year 0-4. A couple of those losses were close by 2 points, but defensively, they also lost Bradley Chubb. Of course, Joe Flacco goes down, so they had some adversity this season.
They certainly did, and they were rebuilding anyway. Brand new head coach and Vic Fangio had to rebuild the offensive line. A lot of things just didn't come together well. But I thought they showed a lot of grit throughout the season and how they played. You mentioned some of those close losses. This is a team that has something to build on, but I'm still stuck on the fact that it's been 4 straight years without playoff football in Denver. That's stunning to me.
It is, and you can point to the quarterback position, right? Since Manning, all the volatility at that position, they really haven't had a lot of continuity.
In a lot of ways, they wasted a great defense during that 4-year stretch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Lawrence firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And he'll find Moreau here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch is taken here a step or two inside the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been effective
If you didn't say chicken eggs, you would get a 2-word phrase point.
Front, though, they've been effective too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really
answer to your question, why are they wearing 2019 20 patches, is this, it's one, it's last year's roster, and two, that's the way it is in the game, so that's why.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make
it's last year's roster, and not this year's roster and last year's playoff thing.
Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense.
That's why.
And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap.
We'll see what the penalty flag is for.
He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught.
Let's see here. I decided to toss him.
Penalty against him.
That's not a good penalty for LSU.
Catch made, it's Moreau.
Let's see how many yards he gained there. And picked up 9. So back to the where they were.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Toward the center of
Incomplete.
The field, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Oh man, incomplete.
Misses the target, incomplete.
So, if anybody else is wondering why they're wearing 2019 patches instead of 2020, this is last year's roster.
As he gets this one away. And take it right on the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens.
I think that's one of the reasons why.
But you gotta give credit to the rest of the team.
I don't know completely why, but
he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. Now a play fake here on first
incomplete.
Down.
Second and 10.
His throw here's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes, and you
I'll be right back. Let me pause this for a second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys.
In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A 1st down and then some. 36 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Lawrence. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Broncos push further out in front.
The previous play is
there was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. The extra point forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. This will be taken in at the 1. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there on the screen pass. 69 yards. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos push further out in front. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top two options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Watch a slant, watch a slant. Now.
They'll try and throw for it here. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos push further out in front. Little loft on that touchdown pass and sort of dropped it in the breadbasket perfectly.
Right in the bucket. And when you're coming out of college and you're a rookie in the NFL, sometimes you forget about the different types of throws you have to make.